to have written and got published a book on a topic that was daunting but challenging at the same time, digital content. Before I begin, I would like to thank each and every one of you for having taken the time out of your busy schedule to make it to this event. The world of digital content is deep, exciting, and full of potential for those who know how to use it. But perhaps until the pandemic hit, the digital space was always an option, an afterthought to the physical existence that we're all used to. Lockdown, and everyone, even the most tech-averse, were forced to delve into the digital space and look for answers to their problems. Digital space has the capacity to provide all the answers. And how powerful must be the content that drives all this information? How well must it be organized? And there began my question for me. It deepened my understanding of the digital space and gave me a sense of perspective. But when I started writing, I realized I did not know anything about digital content. And the more research I did, the more I realized I hadn't even hit the tip of the iceberg. A rapidly changing, evolving landscape. And believe me, it wasn't easy. What lockdown actually saw the light of day in February 2022. So you can see how long the road was. And many a time I actually thought of giving up. And the process of creation actually seemed frustrating. But the excitement at unraveling this mysterious world kept me going. And today it is there before you, the result of this long journey. So the book is by no means exhaustive. The world of digital content is changing and taking on new paradigms even as we speak. So I would like to call this at best a step into the world of the unknown. Although this book is for everyone, it is primarily targeted at digitally transformed, but are unsure how much they should take that leap. It is for all those who wish to take beginner steps into a world that is as exciting in its diversity as it is fearsome in its expanse and depth. However, my book would have remained an unfulfilled dream had it not been for the wholehearted, enthusiastic, and insightful contributions of 7 rising stars in the digital space: Baralika Mishra, Deepak Nair, Vignesh Jha, Harpreet Aluwalia, Debabrata Mandal, Gunjandeep Singh, and Ruchika Nagpal Mehta. My interactions with them opened doors into the world of startups and small businesses in the digital realm and taught me invaluable lessons that helped me consolidate and put the book together. My heartfelt gratitude and unabashed admiration to all of you for carving your own niche and creating your own narrative in this vast and limitless world. That pretty much sums up what I want to say. I'm glad to present before you my book, Content in the Digital Age. I hope you will enjoy reading the book as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Now, as part of the preview, I've been told to ask to read out a few excerpts from my book. So I thought the book is actually is divided into 25 chapters, and each dealing with a particular aspect of digital content as we know it today. So I thought I would read an excerpt from the second chapter of the book, which is Why This Fuss About Digital Content. This is just an excerpt I'm reading. So now we come to another pertinent question. Why so much fuss around digital? Agreed, it's a new way of doing things, but why so much attention? Because digital means money, digital means endless, digital means potential. As opposed to the traditional barrier-rich brick and mortar world, the digital realm with its seamlessness transcends time and space and connects people and ideas like never before. And when content enters the space with its power to transform thoughts and actions, is it any wonder that so much attention centers around it? Also, traditionally, content was thought of as a communication tool, and its role as a marketing tool came much later when the internet and computers became household names. Businesses that had already discovered the power of the digital world began considering the possibility of using this to create brand awareness and increase sales. So it is believed that the term content marketing originated in the mid-90s, and email marketing, websites, and blogging were the primary tools used initially at that time. So that's one excerpt that I would like to that I thought might interest you. Another excerpt is from another chapter. And it's called Investing in Digital Content. And it says, if you want great content, stop trivializing digital content creation. Invest in a great team that can translate your vision, plans, and market goals into reality. This creates a positive perception, builds a favorable mindset for your brand in the market, and equips consumers to make important decisions. The right and relevant content marketing strategies can make or break your brand. It can build empires from nothing and even facilitate the collapse of major ones. Entrepreneurs and businesses, particularly small ventures, cannot underestimate the power of a strong content strategy. I think that would be sufficient. I hope that has interested you all enough. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Agash Kochi, for calling me. This is your day, Anita. First and foremost, let me congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. The very book, the PDF you sent me, actually thrilled me because, as a professor and as a poet, was written 15 books and all. I was always relying on the print media alone, not even bothered about how it can be marketed through online, the content delivered in the proper way and all that. You were explaining it in such a succinct, simple way, so that at one stretch in an overview, I went through all that. And what actually made new age technology? It doesn't wait for a new normal to happen. They build it themselves, this new age technology. And you're one among them. That's it. The unabashed way with which you're delivering things out. No wonder you're connected to such a very important firm like TBM. See? And the bold leadership or karma is required to tap the potential. It's easy for everyone, for us poets, writers, everyone to mourn over a lost world and all that. But this COVID-19 had opened up another phase where we could enormously exploit potential in the digital area. These days, poetry, it is becoming globalized. We are delivering content in a very informative, vast, disseminating manner. So I loved the very open avocation of yourself as a great promoter, promulgator of digital age. That's why I called her like that. I appreciate you as the bold, unabashed promulgator of this digital age. In that one sentence it comes, there is one thing. The digital world is not for the faint-hearted. It is for the bold, the insanely creative, the unabashed risk taker. So, if you are willing to put yourself out there, shout it out aloud and carve a niche. Now digital is for you. What an inspiring take. And it takes on chapter by chapter. And I marvel at the way how you merged case studies into it. Because through case studies, these days, all business and communication, I was teaching business communication for a long time for MBAs. Without case studies, nothing holds value, relevance. So here, how in the Radiant Candles, you refer to Sachin Ambrose and Sachin, how it failed. And then you come to another success story of Amber Cupcakes. See? So these actually show how which are the weak areas which you have to get over. Like when you say we have to focus, when in developing content strategy, you target the audience. Target audience should be the main thing. Tailor it, reason it to the customer. From your own experience, Anita says in her first firm she had that drawback, but then later she joined a company where they were pooling together talents and they were studying the customers in such a way that they could deliver what they wanted. And again, I'm not taking much of time. I'm supposed to give an overview. One thing also impressed me in content creation, there is so much of cut and paste happening. She is strongly against that kind of plagiarism. She says it would show the true metal would come out. There is no need to make big captions and all that, but you can be very creative. That's what she is, Anita. Right, she has got that literary creative paradigmatic way of, conceiving the reality around. Be it the rain, be it this thing. So even with a kind of an area like this digital content, she can infuse it with her creative furnace, in her creative furnace. So that avoiding plagiarism, work out your own original style. And I loved the book very much. I have to read it intensely. It was first an overview of it. Didn't get much of time. And I very much am thrilled to be into the digital age. Because you need that kind of thing to nuance yourself to the fast changing times. A book for the day, I strongly recommend for everyone. Once again, kudos to my friend, dear Anita.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And congratulations, Anita. This is a wonderful day for you. A book. Let me tell you something that, Molly has, Dr. Molly Joseph has spoken about everything. But, till the time I read your book, I remember I sent you a message saying I'm a villager, I won't be able to say a thing about digital stuff. And you said no, and then I read your book as much as I could. My son, he's an advertising, so I've always seen him doing something or the other. And whenever I've asked him, he would be so rude and he'd tell me, Mama, were you born like this or you become like this? And I used to feel very foolish because I knew nothing about all this. And then there is a chapter in your book which says, Conquering the Content Fear. Literally reading your book, I have conquered that content fear. I have conquered it and I feel so knowledgeable today, and I'm not exaggerating. I used to feel very diffident about talking about these things or doing much about it, pretend, I knew everything. But your book is so, shall we say, it has a certain kind of innocence in which you are not only you have learned something and then you are passing it on to us. This is what great people have done. Buddha got enlightened and then he passed it on to us. So you got enlightened through your work and through your efforts. And then, this desire to teach us, others, to help them to know. Today, I can say that your book is going to be a big success. And, I bless your book. I bless it because I believe that, Ma Saraswati is the person who, the goddess is there to help us. That the manner in which you have put across the material is so kind, so compassionate towards the learner. You'll be a great teacher if you want to join a college or, decide to teach. So thank you so much for making me a person at my age. I have learned. And that is what your book is trying to do, isn't it? You want us to learn. And if I have learned, and now I can tell my son, no, I know more than you do. And there are chapters, there are also certain terms that I have learned. I've learned some terminology. I didn't know what blogging was and what blogging was. I never cared to know. I know people wrote, then some other words that came to me, and the do's and don'ts. And how strategy plays. And, as Molly said, you've given these case studies. They make it very real. The moment you do case studies, it becomes very real to us. It's not just somebody talking. So thank you so much, Anita. You have produced a wonderful book. And as I said, that all of us here bless you and your book. And we wish you all the best. And thank you for passing on knowledge. When Swami Vivekananda said that if you have learned something and you've not given it to someone else, you commit a crime. So you've given us knowledge about a very important, and you're right that during this pandemic, the pandemic took away so much from us. It has really taken away so much. But in taking away our friends and our children, and so many people have lost so many, people in their life, we have still learned to live. God has given us a new way. And that new way you're guiding us in this book to know that new way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes.
Good. Okay. Anita, congratulations on your book. Firstly, I must mention that the black and white cover is quite striking, very inviting to peek inside. Then immediately capturing the readers is your first line statement about the global digital world affecting our lives. You have rightly said that creative talents will be able to come out of their complacency and strategize. All in all, I am convinced that you have rightly mentioned the concepts of this fascinating digital world by deconstructing it, the basic concepts of it, for even the layperson, such as myself, to be able to understand. By giving examples of failed and successful online enterprises, you have also helped us to provide business goals and to our potentials, content creating ideas, connecting people worldwide, maximal branding to earn maximum funds, marketing, thus changing the mindset, transforming the thoughts and actions of those interested. Finally, just as important, I loved how you pointed out that print and digital go hand in hand. Wish you lots of success.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer Gardner.
Good evening, everyone. Let me just start by complimenting Anita for the commendable work that she has done. Encore. Congrats, Anita. And content in digital age, if I may say so, is a sticky wicket. It is not easy to write on a subject that is fast evolving, transforming. And the book just came to me and I managed to flip through a few pages. And Anita, as I've known her for decades, has always been a prolific writer. And the way she begins her book with interesting case studies of Sachin and Mangalore-based baker, and then the book peppered with wonderful success stories of Ms. Varalika Mishra, Mr. Gunjandeep, and Deepak Nair. It's an ample proof of Anita's great writing skills. And content, as I understand in digital age, is just not about great writing skills, but it's also about planning, strategizing, marketing, and managing all of these, of course. Of course, content is the king, but then kingmakers also play a pivotal role. I can say this because I have been a part of digital transformation with Anita by my side. And I remember I used to do specials and produce great content, great writing, but I would not get page views. And I would wonder, what is going wrong? And there were times I would discuss with Anita, why isn't this working out? She was a witness to all that, all those frustrations, because page views had a direct link to our KRAs. And now in this pandemic era, these things have become more challenging, with increased digital consumptions. And our young ones have also joined the bandwagon, education going online. So this book by my friend Anita Joseph, address these challenges, arm you with the right tools to thrive, survive, and rake in the moolah, script your own success story in the digital quagmire. And let me just sum it up by saying that this isn't every man's book. And I would especially suggest it to students in the digital space, creative writers, content writers, also entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, and everybody who's involved in the startup ecosystem. think that sums up. Thank you, Anita, and all the best. All the best. And I'll wait for your second book. And may you never stop writing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Am I audible? Thank you, Mr. Prakash, for the lovely introduction. But I am not currently working with The Hindu. The Hindu was my first job. I am currently working in a publishing house as an editor. So first of all, I would like to congratulate Anita. I think Anita and I know each other since 2016, I believe. We both were working at Hindustan Times, and I think ever since then we became buddies. I think I would like to call you my buddy because I see, the kind of fire Anita has in her, and that is very inspiring for me also. I mean, the kind of work Anita does, I think it's fabulous, and I think every day I keep on seeing her social media accounts. I mean, someday she's taking some interview, the other day she's publishing a book, and let me tell everyone, this is not her first book. She has already published one book for which she has not done any, I think, marketing, but I think this is a second book, and I'm sure we'll be having many more, book discussions and launches, and I hope that Anita and I also write one book together. So first of all, I'm very excited for, reading this book, and I did have a glimpse of this book, and I think it's so nice for people, who have a dream to create content, in the digital world, given the fact that, we're living in an age of pandemic where everything has become digital. And now even for people who were not so comfortable on digital media now have to, become comfortable. And I think through Anita's book, I think everything is so simple. The language that she has used and the number of case studies she has given, I think that is the highlight of her book. And I think everybody, I think not just the people who would like to create content in the digital world, but also for people, who would just like to, do something on their social media. I think for every person of any age group, I think it's a wonderful book, to get your hands on. And I think it's easy to read. The language is also quite simple. And I think once you read the book, I think you will get new ideas to, enhance your business, to enhance your skills. And I think it's just so wonderful. And I'm so happy for Anita. And, the kind of person she is, she's so generous. And I feel she has that sort of enthusiasm that, that can make anyone feel so motivated. Like, I would really like to tell everyone that during the pandemic, I think in the first, I did have a lot of interviews on my initiative on mental health. Your story is important. And then suddenly there came a point in the second wave when I just took a break and I was, trying to focus on my mental health. But then Anita reached out to me and she was like, what is happening? You're not having any more talks. Let's do another talk. And I think because of her, I again started my session of talks. And I think she's a great motivator. And I think Anita and I have had wonderful sessions and conversations on Your Story is Important. I think one of them was online trolling and, its impact on mental well-being. And I think the other one was on emotions, how our emotions got impacted, because of COVID. So I think Anita is really a role model for every person, I feel. And I'm so happy for her and for her book. And I'm sure she's going to write many more books and inspire the whole world. I'm so proud of you. Many congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Ralika. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I am fortunate to be in possession of a physical copy of the book. And I attentively have gone through it. I have noted down a few lines about it and I can read it out if you will allow me to do also. This is a physical copy if somebody has not seen it so far. I got it through Amazon. Okay. And inside also.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah. So in the first place, I never imagined that content contains this many technicalities, complexities, and dimensions. This book, Content in the Digital Age by Anita Joseph, transforms content and content writing into a sort of a serious art, a systematized branch of knowledge with all its intricacies and possibilities, I should say. The one who opens a book with absolute ignorance about the concept of content writing is slowly led unawares into the vast modern digital world and its immense potential through the lucid writing of the author and the very attractive layout of the book. The book itself is testimony to successful content writing, I should say. How to make a reader read the whole book, sustaining his or her interest throughout, with the satisfaction of having gained, in the end, some knowledge of the concept of content writing. It is no doubt a ready reckoner and a guide, not only for entrepreneurs, digipreneurs, as Anita has somewhere mentioned, businessmen, but anyone who wants to market an idea digitally. It's a beautiful book, well written and well produced. Congratulations to the author. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So thank you very much, and cheers to all of you.
Congratulations, Anita.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congrats, Anita.
Thank you.
All
Thank
the
you
best
so
to
much.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.